A year ago, I was benching 265 pounds for 6 reps. Then I stopped training for 9 months. Today, I'm 50 plus, I'm trying to answer a simple question. Can you really come back from that? Or is the strength loss permanent? Let me rewind a little bit. About a year ago, our office was moving and I had to say goodbye to our office gym. At that point, my bench press was in great shape. 265 pounds for 5 and then 6 reps by December. And then training stopped. Not by choice, just circumstances. At the new office there is a gym. Decent overall, but with problems. A worse power rack and no proper Olympic bar. Only a shortened one that barely fits. On top of that, I couldn't even get back into the gym for 3 months after I stopped training. When I finally did return, I made a mistake. After watching too many YouTube videos saying that muscles should be trained more often than once a week, I changed my old proven program. That experiment ended with biceps tendonitis. And that single mistake cost me almost a year. After that came another break, a vacation, hesitation, laziness, and then almost 3 months of rehab doing therapeutic exercises just to get my biceps tendon back to normal. In total, I lost 8 to 9 months. As you'd expect, my strength numbers didn't just drop, they collapsed. And now I've been training consistently for about 4 months, trying to get back to last year's levels. And here's where things stand. I don't do barbell bench press anymore because there is no proper Olympic bar here. So instead I track incline dumbbell press. At the old gym I pressed 100-pound dumbbells. When I restarted I could barely press 50s, today I'm up to 80s. That's good progress, but I'm still clearly behind, and honestly I'm not even sure I'll ever get back to 100s. Dumbbell pressing depends heavily on form, and I cannot guarantee my technique now matches what it was back then. Arms look a little bit better. I restarted dumbbell curls with 30-pound dumbbells. Now I am using 40s, which is roughly back to where I was last year. Pull-ups are where setback is most obvious. Before the break I weighted 195 pounds and I could do 8 reps with an extra 35 pounds. That's a total friggin' 230 pounds. Right now I weigh 185 pounds and I do pull-ups with no added weight. As you can see, that's not even close to what I was before, although I do plan to start adding weight again soon. Shoulders are harder to compare. At the old gym I did behind the neck barbell presses. Now I do seated dumbbell presses, so that's different again. It's an apple to oranges comparison, but for reference I'm pressing 55-pound dumbbells and I know I'm weaker here than I was a year ago. So what's the conclusion? After a 9 months break and tendon injury, I still haven't returned to my old strength level, and even after 4 months after consistent training. It's disappointing, but it's also not surprising. In your 50s, you have to run flat out just to stay in the same place, not even to make a progress. There are a couple of important details though. I've lost about 10 pounds of body weight, and while some of it clearly a fat loss, some of the strength loss likely comes from that too. Also, when I stopped training last year, I was using creatine and pre-workout. I'm not using either now, which means I still have a small ace up my sleeve. But the main lesson is very clear. At this age, any long break in training sets you back brutally fast, and recovery takes far longer than it used to. So the takeaway is simple and very boring. Don't quit training. And be extremely careful not to get injured in a way that forces you into a long break, because the price is high and you paid for a long time. That's it for now. Stay in touch.